This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone, very good morning to all. In last session, we discussed about the class, constructor, inheritance, the concept we discussed. Now, one more Andy, this is the one of the mostly used concept in real time. That is, people will call it as a spread operator, spread operator, or we have other way, same rest operator. When it will call rest operator, when it will call spread operator. Okay, so both look like same only, nothing difference will be there here, but this is the one of the operator where we can use regularly. For this, let me give you some detailed things before going to this. And one more thing, Andy, we discussed map array iteration methods. I think you know array iteration methods we discussed in arrays, and the methods are going to be map method for each. At least if you have free time, try to watch these two methods, map and for each, for React people, because in the loop iteration processes in the template always we will use either map or for each. So try to check this, how the map will work, how the for each will work. So this is one more thing. And if you have time, try to check the object class. I told you I didn't discuss, I believe. In this object class, we have a method called assign. This is one of the method. We have a method called entries. Some methods will be there, guys, here, entries. And we have some more method called keys of an object, as well as keys, sorry, values. At least if you can check these methods, I think that's enough in the object class. And assign is the mostly used method in the real time. Sometimes we can use keys also, sometimes we can use keys, and sometimes we can use values also, but assign is the mostly used one. Or else I will show you now what is this object and all. Okay. Okay, let me do one thing. The spread operator, always spread operator will look like this, Andy. So it will be come with three dots. After that, some variable will be followed. You can take any variable here, or it may be a string, right? Whatever it may be, some variable. I am writing some variable. Okay, whatever it may be. The variable may hold a string, number, an array, or object, any data type, right? So if it is followed with the triple dots and some variable, and there should no space under here. Some people will forget and they will provide the space here. There is no space between the dots and the name of the variable, right? Okay. Let me talk about a small scenario regarding spread operator. Then if time, okay, let me talk about first of all object class. Okay, then it will becomes easy. Then we can go for a spread operator. And but this already we discussed, Andy. So if you have time, please check that in the videos, or else I will provide some other video for it. Array iteration methods. We have already some videos regarding that. Let me save the file with a name called object. You can take any name to the file, object.html, no problem, right? So now you can check this, how the object, we know how to create an object, right? Where obj equal to, this is an object, curly bracket denotes an object. So in this, if you can just check this, how to create an object, key and value, right? I'm taking f name, something wrong. I want to take l name, something I'm taking here. Okay, this is my object. If you want, you can print it also, console.log, just you can print obj, or you can take it as a simply user na, user, you can take it as a user. So console.log of user information, that is exactly, I'm taking this as a user. Just you can log the statement. By logging the statement, you can see the output of the program in the console. Yeah, the object is printed. If we can expand that object, now you can see what is the values we have in this f name and l name we are having. Okay, this is looks good. Now in this point, what we need to do exactly, we are able to print the value. So this is object, right? Now you can see we have object is a predefined and a dot keys is a method. In this, if we can pass a user, then what is going to be happen, you will get all the keys of an object and a. So object is predefined. In this, we have a method called keys. To this, you have to pass a parameter, that is parameter is nothing but your object. So if we can go with the console.log, and we can see all the keys as an array, all the keys in an array. Just if you can refresh the page, just you can check this. Now you can see only these are the keys of an object. No, I want to get only keys, but what it is going to be, it is going to be an array. So now you want to get only the values, then you can write this only values is the method, values is the method. Now if you can check this, now these are the keys and these are the only values. And how we are getting all the things we are getting into an array. We have another method called entries andi. Entries ante what it will do, entries, entries is a method. It will give, actually it is an object, right? It is an object. Everything will become as an array, array of array. Can you see andi, array of array, array 1, array 2. So now you can see if we can expand, first one is f name and its associated value. Second one is l name and its associated value. Actually, that is an object now. Everything was converted into an array by using that entries. Each and every entry in the sense, this is one entry and this is one entry that will become an array, and this is one entry that will become an array. Simply says that is called entries method. Now finally, this is very, very important. What is that? Assign method. Let me talk about this assign method separately. So if you want to add, for example, that is an array, na? This is an array. Okay, do one thing. For better explanation, I think you can go like this of this assign method. What is the meaning of assign, Andy? I want to assign some values to an object, not an array. So how can we assign? For example, try to see. I'm taking where users equal to an empty object and we don't have anything. If we can console.log and you can go and check this users, if we can print, we cannot see anything. It's an empty object. Prototype is object, but we don't have anything. But here I'm writing, we have a method Andy. What is the method? Object is a predefined capital O. It is not small o. Object is a predefined class. In this we have a method called assign assign. So in this you have to pass your user Sunday, comma, what you want to add to that object Andy. For example, you can see I'm adding l name, f name, l name. Now you can see I'm taking an object f name. I'll have to try to see f name. I want to take this as a ROM, and I'm taking this l name. I'm going to take something called this is Sunday. Can you see now what is going to be happen? This is an object we are having. This object we are assigning into user Sunday. Now if you can go and refresh the page, now first you have to log this object variable, right? So can you see the users variable I'm printing? If you actually initially users is empty, we don't have anybody. Now if you can refresh, can you see this object, the whole object will be inserted into users object. So now you can check this, that is inserted into users object. You know one more thing, here you added one object now. This is one object. Try to see, I'm taking comma, you can add one more object if you want. Like this you can add a number of objects, and now this time I'm taking something called city. Now try to see what I'm going to do, city HYD. And here you can take one more thing called pin code. I'm taking something called pin code. Okay, let us take this as a pin code, and here I want to take this as a file x38, something like this. Now if you can see, the second one is also added to the object, and like this we can assign all the values, individual objects, into one object. Actually you have two objects here. This is an object and this is an object, and you have two objects. All these two objects are merged into users object as one object. Actually in the assign method you can pass like this, and the n number of things you can pass, and so on so on so on. You can pass n number of object. Now you can see I'm taking comma. If you want, you can take one more object called country, country. Country. I'm just taking this time only one value here, India. This object contain only one value. Can you see all the things are going to be kept into the object? And so we know that this is an object, this is an object, and this is also an object, and this is also an object. Three different objects we are having with the three different values, but all the values of first object, second object, third object are merged, and it is kept into users array as a single object. You know, right? So this is an object one, right? If you want, you can take like this also as like a variable where obj1 equal to this is, right? So you can take obj2 equal to, now you can go like this where obj2 equal to this is, and the third one is there na, this is the third one, obj3 is equal to something. We have three objects, and here these three objects are going to be merged into the following thing, and obj3. Now you can see this is your empty object. To this empty object I have to pass obj1, I have to pass obj2, I have to pass obj3 and d. Now what is going to be happen? Like this also we can pass, or else you can pass directly also. We don't have any problem. This is what exactly the thing and d, right? Okay, this is what the concept of object and assign is the mostly used method in the real time. So we will see the cases. Right now I'm not telling you any case here, real time case, but when we are discussing the concepts in real time, then we can discuss about this assign method, exactly the purpose. But right now you can just check this. Assign method is used to assign a value into an object, right? So but you have to take all the related values only into it, and you cannot take different values. All the user related information we can take it. So your question, if all are assigned, can we access objects separately? No, we cannot access separately na. So because they're all merging into one object, right? So if you want to access them, you can access them. But here you can see one thing. Here you have an object. Sorry, not this is right. 1 minute, let me go for it. Where is this? This is your file. If you can execute this, what are you getting? All the key and value pairs are in one object na. We can access all the values, but as like individual object you cannot access here. See how it is merging object 1, object 2, object 3. We passed three objects to assign method. All these three object values are kept into single object. So again, if you want to access individually, you cannot access them, right? So because they all merged into one object, all the key and value pair combination is merged into one object now. If you want to access them, it will become one object. Yes, as you said, it will become completely one object. So now you can see here we have object kada. Now you can see I will do one small thing. So this is one individual object. Now if you want, you can access this object also, Andy, no problem. So now I'm going to write for obj or user in, I think for offer. Oh, it is an array. I think we can write. Don't worry, no need to worry about it, right? Anyhow, this is what exactly the thing, Andy. How we can, let me show you small map method also, how we can iterate the map method also. I just want to recollect it, right? Exactly, the entries of the object will be like this. Exactly, entries method you want to show. Entry method is nothing but all the values will become as a key and value pair combination. Now you can see if you can apply entries, console.log, try to see. I'm just going to write this as object.entries entries. In this you have to pass user Sunday. Everything will be look like an array. So now we seen this. What is the output we got? This is the output we got. Everything as an object. Now you can see this is an array and this is an array. Key and value pair combination will come into an array. Now you can see there are 5 things are there, and you can see everything will be f name and rom and L name and its associated value, city, associated value, pin code, and country and its associated value. It will become like this. Each and every pair will come like this. that is called entry. Everything will become as an object array in the entries method. But this is the assign method. What we are doing, we are assigning the values to an object simply, and the meaning, the name of the assign method itself is saying that it will assign values to an object. So after assigning multiple values, multiple objects we can take there. But I have one doubt only. If I can take some number, what is going to be happen? I'm taking 789 as a assign method. So now in this point of time, what is going to be happen is the 789 is coming, 789 is not coming at all only. We used entries method na. Let me do, okay, directly I'm printing. Do one thing, you can just print the user Sunday. No need to write this, just I'm printing the users. Will 789 is added in the array? No, 789 is not added in the array. But do you know, if we can take some string, I think it will be added. Let me take hello. I'm checking this. Can you see, Andy? Hello is added. But because it is having some literals, a string having literal, I mean string is having some indexes, but numbers are not having the indexes. That's why it won't come. But for this, it should need a key and value pair combination. Hmm? So if you can take 789, that is not a string actually. String number doesn't have indexes only, but string have indexes. That's why a string will take in, but each and every character is an element of an object. It was like this only, but maximum we will use for objects. This case, this assign method merging objects into one object simply says, right? So I mean, while you're practicing, try with the different scenarios and we can get some more idea what exactly this is. Okay, right. Let me take one more example here. Let me take array of objects, Sandy. I'm taking array of objects here. Let me go for users, where users is equal to, I'm taking an array. In this array, I want to take object one, object two, like this, Sandy, right? So this is going to be, let me take the same f name, l name. I'm taking this, Sandy, f name, l name as an object. So this is what exactly, let me take 4 5 records so that it will becomes easy for us. So I'm taking this as some name, Teja, like, no problem. Any name you can take here, f name. I'm taking some values here. Yeah, this is exactly. See, this is an object, and generally array of objects actually this is. We have a lot of ways are there for iterating this, right? You know, right? We can write for loop. In the for loop also we can do it, right? For loop is the old approach. Old approach I cannot say, but you can use anything for displaying data, right? From this, I want to get the full name, Andy. How can I get the full name here? A simple thing, we can for each, right? So where I equal to 0 and users dot length, and it's an array na, is greater than I less than or equal to, sorry, less than I less than users dot length and I plus plus only. Then what is going to be happen? Loop will be iterated. How many records you have, that many times. Now you can check this console.log. Each and every object will be printed. This is the basic. We know that users, if we can print it, and you can see each and every object is printed. Object one, object two. Oh, not users only. Users of I, you have to take it. Now if you can check this, can you see only first object Teja, Ram, second object, third object, fourth object. But it's an object na. I dot f name. If you can take, now you can see object dot value. And if we can concatenate and with some space here, I'm just going to take some space, the same you can take this as a L name. So now what is going to be happen here? You are getting the same story now. Now you can see this is going to be L name. So I think you are able to print a combination, right? The same I want to implement by using for each loop, a map function only. If you can go with the map, so how we can do it? So you can simply take this const or anything. Let full names equal to uh, we are going to return the data of this map function. Now you can check this, or else we can print there directly also, no problem. Now you can see we have users dot map and this is the method we are having. In this, we are going to take a callback function. Every user will be like this, something like this only. So here, everything is a user actually. So we can take some HTML strings for printing the data. Now you can see what I want to take. I'm taking some li tag open, li tag close. Simply, I'm just going to take like this. I'm just concatenating. Now you can check this. User is an object only. User, you can take not users as a parameter. User dot f name. Now you can see user dot f name. So I have to concatenate again some space here. Again user dot l name and user dot l name. So now what is going to be happen if we can print the full names, console dot log full names. If we can go and check this full names, if we can print it, let us see. You are able to see now, but you are getting everything is an array. Remember carefully, I am getting all the li items. Very nice, I'm getting every li item, but we know that this map method will iterate the data and it will returns the data as an array only. Actually you are getting an array. So everything, it is going to be iterated and it is going to be kept into the following array. Actually map method will iterate the data, each and every item in the array or object, and it will returns the data as an object and array. Sorry, you are getting an array. Now you can say array dot this is an array na? I am writing just join method and what is join method will do, it will joins everything as a string and but we don't need comma, right? Then you can use a separator simply like empty. Now you can see everything is an li item, everything is an li item. Then what you can do simply, and we can take a div, and to the div we can bind and let us see. I want to take an id. Let us see. This is going to be an ul open ul close, and to this I'm taking an id is equal to list. How can we bind this data to this sunday? Now you can write this document dot document document dot get element by id. In this, what is the id we have? List dot inner html, list dot inner html equal to this is, you can write and simply, that's all. We don't want to do anything. Right now we can check this, all the things will be printed. See, map is doing very good job. This is the for loop iteration, and this is the map iteration. It's a single line statement we written here, we didn't write in multiple. Now you can check this, everything was listed on the screen. So you can see there is only one line of code. With that one line of code we are iterating the data, and after that we are printing the data on the thing. But here we written a for loop, we checking the length, right? So this is the fat arrow function actually. This is the function actually. I written fat arrow syntax na. Guys, you can see I written fat arrow syntax. If you don't want to write fat arrow syntax, you can do one thing. If you have confusion, let me write the same in other way, like a regular JavaScript way. So in this, what people can do, they will pass a callback function, and simply I'm removing. Actually, this is the thing now. They will call as a callback function like this. To this, I'm passing as a user. So here they will write the same job, and what is the same job they will write? This is the logic they will write exactly. So this is what exactly we can write it, and so I think this should be written, I believe, written, I think. Now can we check this? Yeah, same output we are getting, right? So nothing difference. I mean, so this is the function. Some people will take care of the parenthesis also, Andy, no problem, right? It's a fat arrow function, right? Callback function actually. Callback function. We don't want to define this as like this, Andy. You can go like this. It is advanced way. It is our core way. Simply says, right? Anyone you can use it. Now you can see I'm keeping this into comment. If you can keep this into comment, and you can go with the same like this also na, right? Some people will write like that, some people will go like this. So I'm taking only, I'm not taking parentheses. Some people will take parentheses, but definitely if you have two parameters you have to take it. And for example, this is going to return some other values also. Now you can say I'm going to take this as a parenthesis comma, I'm taking something called index and the second parameter. Every item is iterating na, item index we can get it here. If you want, you can see I want to write the index here. Now you can see the list item, I just want to bind this index also. If you want to write this index, I'm just writing the index, and here we can take some space. Now you can see the index value is 0 1 2 3 na. Array items and how many values are there? 4 values are there. Array index starts with a 0 na. We can take this as references is required. If you can see, now you can check this, it is an error, user is not defined. But if it is only one, I think we can take it, Andy. So it's an object. When factor of function, if you have two parameters, definitely you have to take parentheses. If you're not taking, nothing, Andy. This is what exactly the thing. How we are iterating with a single line of code, we are just iterating the data and we're keeping there, Andy. So this is always going to return the data. Okay, now right. This is exactly what is the map method. Okay, let me talk about try with the different scenarios, and you will understand, because all these things we can use in real time, so we should understand about these things, Andy. Okay na? Right, if you want you can keep this, no problem. Let me keep this following code as a comment, not required for me right now. I'm keeping comment, I'm keeping this in comment, right? So okay, everybody know functions, right? Okay, let me do one thing. I'm going to pass a function, Andy. All of you try to see. You can take fat arrow syntax or you can take any other syntax, no problem. Just I'm going to take one small thing, Andy. What is this? Okay, sorry. Right. Let me create a function const sum one. I'm taking one function like fat arrow syntax, Andy. You can take regular function also, no problem. If you don't want to go with it, you can write a function. You can write sum1 if you don't want to go like this, but you have to know fat arrows only, right? Because we will use the same in real time. That's why I'm not going to write the regular function. The equivalent I written on the top of the page. Here generally I have two values, and a comma b, right? Two parameters I pass to the function. Here I'm not doing anything, just I'm returning a plus b and d. What I'm doing, it's the basic sum of the two numbers program. Okay, it may be sum of the two numbers, but there is some meaningful manner. That's the reason I'm taking like this, Andy. Right. So if you want to call this, definitely you have to write it now console.log. I'm just writing sum1 is my function. In this I'm going to pass 10 comma 20. If you can pass 10 comma 20, what is your output? You will get 30 now. Yes, I'm getting the output called 30. Okay, this is great. We don't have any problem here. One more thing, I'm going to pass here 50, Andy. But actually try to see how many parameters are there here. You are having two parameters. So then two parameters you have to pass, two values you have to pass. The 10 will be saved in the variable a, 20 will be saved in the variable b. But where 50 can save? 50 can save anywhere, Andy. 50 is going to be omitted simply. It is not going to be identified, so it is not going to be done, even though if you can pass. Okay, we pass it like this. Sometimes what I will do, I'm going to take an array where numbers is equal to, this time try to see, Andy, I'm taking 10 comma 20. Try to see this time to my sum1 function, I'm going to pass my array, Andy. Right, try to see, can you imagine what is my output here? Now I'm not passing this, I'm passing numbers, Andy. So can I actually, you are passing everything, you are passing as a bunch, you are passing as a group. So where this will be go, where this will be go, right? So now you can see, earlier you passed individual values, 10 will be passed to a, 20 will be passed to b, and we will get the 30. But this time I'm passing an array. But if you can execute this, there you can see you are not getting the expected output, only 10 20 undefined. Something went wrong, I don't know what happened there, but we didn't get the expected output. Actually, what is the output I am expecting? 10 plus 20 30 I'm expecting. Remember carefully. So in this point of time it is not accepting. Okay, your array may contain 40 50 60 also now. First of all, it is not adding 10 20. Then what these things will do, everything will become as undefined only. But remember, all of you try to see, Andy, I am going to do one small scenario here. This is the case, right? Try to see, I'm using dot dot dot, Andy. All of you try to see what is this dot dot dot. Spread operator I'm using. This is called spread operator. Dot 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 numbers. All of you try to see. Now, if you can refresh, you are getting expected output now. What happened here? Because of passing like this, remember carefully, you can take an array or you can take anything here, no problem. Because of passing spreads, it will spread the values. How many values we have in the array? It is the spread operator. The spread operator will spread the values variable A into B and D. It will spreads the values equally. For example, if you can take this as a 50, 60, I'm taking. Now what is going to be happen? Your output is still 30 only, but these values are not spreaded. These values are not spreaded. The first two values will spread into these two variables automatically by using the dot dot operator. This is called spread operator. This is called exactly spread operator. There is one more situation I just want to tell you. Nothing, Andy. If you want to see one thing, try to see. I just want to tell you one thing. Okay, you got some clarity. What this will do? This will spread the values into the two variables exactly. Whatever the remaining values, it won't consider the remaining values. Even though you have many values in an array, the first two values. Why first two values only? Because our function having two parameters. The first value will be kept into A, the second value will be kept into the B. That will be done by the spread operator. Remove the spread operator, execute the program, add the spread operator, execute the program. You will see the difference here. Okay, now a simple thing. Before going to this, let me take this number, Sandy. I don't want to show you anything. Simply, this is the numbers now. Now you can see I'm writing console.log and numbers, Sandy. Numbers will be printed. We don't have anything, right? Numbers are printed. Before printing the numbers, if you can write dot 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 spread operator dot numbers, you can see they are not in the array. They are going to be printed 10, 20 like this as a string. This is how they printed now. So we don't want to use this. That is called spread operator. It will bring the values from the array and it is simply printing the values into the thing. And exactly what is a spread operator? This is spread operator. Let me give you one more scenario here regarding the spread operator. So what is this spread operator? We seen spread operator now. Now I'm going to talk about the one more function, const. You can take any function here, sum2. I'm taking a function like this. So it is a fat arrow. Now you can see. Just now we seen two variables, Sandy, a comma b. Try to see a comma b we taken and we did return a plus b. Okay, na? RETU are written a plus b. We did. So I'm writing the program again. Don't worry. So a plus b. And if you can pass the values, and we seen just now the output console.log sum together, right? It is going to be sum2. In this sum2, I'm passing under 10 comma 20. So the same program we seen just now, but I will pass 40, 50, 60, 70. All these values should get here and it has to print the sum and sometimes I may pass multiple values. I don't know how many parameters are there exactly. So the function you passed exactly 2 na, but sometimes the function may expect many number of parameters. This time I pass 6 parameters, sometimes only one parameter, sometimes 30, 40, 70, 80 parameters also may come to the function. But in this point of time, every parameter you pass to the function, that should be accepted by this function only. But if you can take a comma b, what it can do? It can take only a and b values only. Even though if you can pass these many values, you will get 30 only. Remaining of values are omitted. But we don't know how many parameters the function may get. Do you know? I too don't know. And we don't know. But sometimes the function may expect many number of parameters, and in this point of time, we will use all of it. Try to see dot 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 args or anything. You can take args, na? I will take numbers. I will take some other, right? Data. You can take any variable here. Then what it is going to do, what are all the parameters you are passing here, those parameters will be available into it as an array. And now you can see I don't want to do anything. You pass it now, just you can print the data. I'm not doing anything. So this is the function sum2. To the sum2 function you are passing many parameters. What I'm telling you, how many parameters you are passing to the function, every parameter should be accepted by this function. That's why I use it called, this is in this place rest operator, in this place spread operator. what the spread operator is doing here, it is spreading the values into the variable a and b. That is spread operator. What is the rest operator? Whatever the values, we don't know how many values the function may get. See, the function, the operator is the same. Sometimes it is called a rest operator, sometimes it is called as a spread operator. But e point of time, in this point of time, this is rest operator. In this point of time, this is going to be spread out. It is spreading the values into the variables, spread operator. In this point of time, what are all the values we are passing to a function as a parameter, we don't know, but every parameter which you are passing to the function, it should be accepted by the function, right? In this point of time, you have to take the rest operator. Rest all the values it should collect and it will keep into the following variable only. Now you can see you are passing just comma separated values. All these values are going to be passed to the function, and we can see the output as an array. And can you see all the values are accepted by this now? All the values are accepted by the following function. This is what exactly. Now if you want, you can write a for of or anything you can write, no problem. For data, or else sorry, data val, I'm taking for of data, I'm taking something like this, and the const val, you can take some variable here, const val. This is the variable, you can take any variable, and the x, you can take x of data. Now you can iterate it, and now you can see each and every value you will get there. Console.log, I'm printing x. So now you can see your function is accepting each and every value. If you can refresh, can you see each and every value I am getting here, the function getting accepted, right? Exactly, Andy. This is how the things will be iterated here. Const for of we are writing, and if you want to sum them, and you can sum them, and you can print them also. For example, I want to tell you one more scenario here. Try to see, this is okay. You can take a variable, let sum equal to 0, Andy. What I want to do here, here, this is the function kada, sum equal to sum plus x, Andy. We can write like this. What is going to be happen? Each and every value will be summed, right? So, and I am returning the sum variable, and return sum. That's all. We don't want to do anything. If you can call the function, I'm returning the variable, Andy. Now you are calling this now. You can see all the values are going to be summed together, and we're getting the finally value called 250. So each and every value you pass to the function, they get here. Guys, you know one more thing here, we are calling the function, okay, it is giving you some sumna, right? It is giving you some output, and I'm going to take this into variable where a equal to, this is what this is doing. You are passing, you are calling the sum function, sum2, with some parameters. I don't know how many parameters you passed. It is going to return the value, the written value I'm saving here. You know one thing, I'm taking a comma b and d, or something you can take y comma z. I'm taking y comma z. Then what is going to be happen, you know guys, here in this point of time, remember this first value will be passed to y, and the second value will be passed to z, and the remaining values all are going to be merged in the data variable. In this, sometimes people may write like this, you cannot get confused. So remember carefully, this point is very important. First variable y, you can take any variables here, y z are not predefined, data is not predefined. So if you can pass like this, the first value y 10 will be saved in the y, and the second value will be saved in the z variable, and remaining all the 40, 50, 60, 70 will be available here. And now you can see I'm writing some x now. You cannot get 10, 20, you will get the remaining. So I think I need to get 230 na, 220 na. Refresh the page, your I didn't log the value now. Console.log of a. If we can print, you have to get something called 220. 30 minus na. These values are not there. If you want to access this, let me do one thing. What I will do, const multiplication is equal to x into y into z, and I'm writing like this, y into z. Then what is going to be happen? Those two values will be first two values getting multiplied, and remaining values are going to be summed. And if you want, you can return this value also. Now I just want to return and an object like this, and sum comma and mul multiplication. Now you can see we can return the values like this, an object also. Now if you can refresh, can you see, Andy? This is the sum now, and 20 into 10, 200, Andy. So sometimes we can do like this also. No sir, I don't want to take anything xy like this. Everything I just want to keep it to the rest operator only. All the values are going to be kept into the following thing, Andy. So this is how the things are going to be work here exactly. The data, how the things are going to be kept inside the thing. That is called rest operator and spread operator. Rest operator means we don't know how many parameters the function may expect, but every parameter we need to handle. So that is rest operator. Spread means just you see in the below scenario, na, it is spreading the values to the variables equally. How many parameters are there in the function? 2. So it will spread the two values to the two variables. So this is what exactly the concept of spread operator, and it's very important for the people who is learning React.js. Okay, right. So this is also the advanced part of JavaScript only, Andy. But everybody try to watch the concepts what you have discussed once again. Very, very important is arrays, Andy. I told you starting of the sessions maybe. So arrays will play a vital role. So we need to concentrate much on arrays, array iteration methods. Everything is going to be important, Andy. Right? That